Hey, Treasure Hunt fans, your pal Big D back here again with another new release update week. Today is Tuesday the 3rd, I think it is, and it's new release Tuesday. I did go out today. I'm going to start off by saying there wasn't a whole lot this week. I was quite surprised. I don't know whether because Star Wars came out last week and a lot of retailers were afraid, or maybe because Easter was a couple days ago and so most people were on vacation. They just decided not to release a lot. So there wasn't really much out there. I did pick up one movie today. Tried to pick up two, but I had to order the other one. So what did come out this week was a few movies, and I'll name a couple of these movies off. I noticed Father Figures came out this week. That's the movie with Owen Wilson, the two guys that don't know who their father is, so they go traveling around. Terry Bradshaw, Ving Rhames end up being potential fathers for them and stuff like that. I didn't hear a lot of great things about it. I wasn't going to pick it up because I didn't want to risk it being a bad movie. Will I watch it? Yeah, I'll probably wait for it to get some like streaming or something like that, or maybe wait till it comes up on Netflix or something to watch it. But I just don't want to fork out the money for something like that because I'm not really sure. It didn't do that well in theaters. And I do love the actors in it, don't get me wrong. But sometimes you got to pick your battles. So that movie came out. Let's see here, Baller Season 3, which I'm only just begun season 2, so I have no idea what's going on in season 3. But it is a great show starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Really good show. You should check that out. Let's see what else came out here. A couple of movies from like the 90s came out. I believe they're in the 90s. Like My Father the Hero with Gerard Depardieu came out today, along with Celtic Pride, and I believe that one has Dan Aykroyd. And oh gosh, I can't forget his name. I know he's the guy from Home Alone. But there's that movie, and then let's see here, and then a movie called Looking Glass, which stars Nicolas Cage. Kind of funny. This Nicolas Cage movie came out a couple weeks ago. They got another one coming out now. And then I did pick up one movie. I did pick up today was the new installment of Insidious, The Last Key. I have not seen this one. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. It was in and out pretty quickly, but I do own the other three, and I do love the other three. They're all really good movies, very good jump scare movies. So I'm pretty sure I'll like this one. I heard this one's a little bit different, but I did hear that if you're a fan of the series, you're really going to like this movie. And it does answer a lot more questions that still haven't been answered. Go figure, 4 movies now, and we're still trying to find questions out, what's going on. But it does have quite a few special features, an alternate ending. It has deleted scenes. It has a making of, Meet the New Demon, and it does have a digital copy with it. And, not bad. I do like these movies. I mean, I got the slipcover, too. It's all about Slip. So pretty good. So I did pick this one up because I did want to get this part of my collection. This is part of my collection. So I picked this up at Target. I oddly enough did not go into Best Buy today, which is probably the first time in I don't know how many weeks I didn't go into Best Buy on a new release day. So that was a little bit weird. And the other movie that came out this week, and it wasn't really necessarily a movie, it was a collection of movies. It's called The 80s Explosion. And it's 6 movies that are in a box set, and I really wanted to get it, and definitely want to check it out. Once I list the titles off to you, you might want to check it out yourself because it is only $10 right now on Amazon. No store had it, at least Target didn't have it, and I did a search online like Best Buy, stuff like that. Nobody seemed to have this movie, only at least that I found that was on Amazon. So in this box set, there's some great movies. Private Resort. Let's see here, Spring Break and Hard Bodies. Those were all 3 movies that were like total college movies when I was a kid. And I remember my dad would rent those movies to watch them, and then he would during the summer, and he would leave them there because he'd be like 2-day rentals from the video store. And so inevitably I always sneak in and grab the movie and watch it myself. But so those movies have a very I got a tie to those movies. I really enjoyed those movies because it was always the movies I shouldn't be watching that I got to watch. So really enjoyed those. So it's those movies along with a movie called Perfect, which starred John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis, which is a really good movie. I really like that movie, and I'm pretty stoked. Mind you, this whole box is Blu-ray too, so that's which is really cool. And then Little Nikita, which is another good movie with Sidney Poitier and River Phoenix. Another great movie, really well done movie. I really like it. But the one I'm most stoked about, the one I'm most excited about, is The Legend of Billie Jean. Great movie. Helen Slater plays the lead. Yes, she was also Supergirl in the movie, but also got a very young Christian Slater in it, and Yeardley Smith, who does the voice of Lisa Simpson, and she was also in Maximum Overdrive. Just a great. It's typical 80s movie. Something bad happens at the beginning, they go off, and they come back and resolve everything. It's kind of, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's kind of like, in essence, there was an issue and her sister ended up becoming a rebel, and like people start following her, fight the power type thing. Just a really good fun movie. It's really well done, but it's classic cheese 80s. But it's a lot of fun. And for $10, you get 6 movies. That is literally like $1.50, $1.75 a movie. That's outstanding. That's a really good deal. So if you're interested, Amazon. It's called 80s Explosion. Can't miss it. So that's it for the new releases this week. Like I said, there wasn't much. I know there's a few other movies that I looked at. I didn't even recognize what they were. I had no idea. I know there's some audio thing of The Lord of the Rings coming out, I think on Friday, but again, I don't know much about that. I can tell you this, that next week there are a few movies coming out. I know that two new Cheech and Chong movies from Paramount are coming out. We have Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, which is their first movie, and then Cheech and Chong Still Smoking. We also have the movie Proud Mary that was out a few months ago. Let's see here. Also, The Greatest Showman is coming out. That's the one with Hugh Jackman, the musical that was actually a really big hit towards the end of last year. And then the one that I'm really interested in was the Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. It's the new animated DC movie about the Suicide Squad. It does come in it comes in Steelbook also. And I think it's Target exclusive Steelbook. So, but I'm really interested in that because DC's animated movies are really good. They really do a good job with their animated movies. Now, that's not to say they do an excellent job with their TV shows. Make sure you all watch the new Krypton show. They do a really good job on that. I mean, I'm a big fan of The Flash, Legend of Tomorrow, The Arrow, let's see here, Black Lightning, and I said Flash, and I'm missing one in there. I know, Supergirl. I'm a big fan of those shows, really big fan. I got all the seasons, I'm a big fan. So I'm stoked that they're coming out with another animated movies like this because I really do enjoy them. They're really good. They do a really good job with them. Matter of fact, there's another one coming out, The Death of Superman, which they did a few years ago, but they're redoing it again, and I'm really interested to see that as well because that was a big deal. Matter of fact, I still have the original Death of Superman comic book. So that is it for new releases. Like I said, there wasn't really much. There's not a whole lot even coming out next week. It's not really towards the end of the month and then getting into the next month. Now, with that being said, there were some announcements that I looked at this week. I know that they've recently announced Pacific Rim 2. There's no release date for it yet, but there will be a 3D version of it, and there will be an exclusive Steelbook for Best Buy. The new Death Wish they're taking pre-orders for that now, and that's the one with Bruce Willis, which I actually saw in theaters. It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. Quite different than the original the original one with Charles Bronson, but it was actually a good movie. I actually really liked it. Escape Plans. Well, I'll take that in a second. Let's go move on from there. It's a Live trilogy, which is it's 3 movies about this little weird creature. I haven't seen the first one in so many years. I need to watch it again. But I know Scream Factory is putting that out, so that's going to be legit. They did say that Red Sparrow, the last Jennifer... Did I just forget her name or what? I can't believe I actually forgot Jennifer Lawrence's name. But her new Red Sparrow is coming out this summer. They don't have the exact date yet. They just said summer. I would imagine they'll try to get it out fast sooner rather than later, just because it didn't do very well in theaters to try to catch something around it. They did re-announce Piranha 2: The Spawning, the James Cameron directed sequel to the original Piranha. There was an issue with it for a while, but they have re-announced that's coming out July 31st. The Peter Rabbit movie that was just recently in theaters will be out May 1st. And then also in May, they announced a bunch of new 4K titles coming out. I know that Saving Private Ryan is one of them. Braveheart, The Gladiator, Patriot, Fury. Fury is a great movie. The Matrix, and Die Hard. So there's some 4K titles coming out. I know, and there's some steelbooks coming out in between there too. But that's kind of what came out this week, what's coming out next week, and kind of what's going on along. And while we're on the subject, I did sit down this week. I saw Ready Player One over the weekend, and look for my review of that. I will be posting a review of that movie. But at the same time, it got me really nostalgic for 80s movies. So I did sit down and watch 4 80s movies this weekend, and I want to kind of show it to you real quick. The first one I watched was You're the Hunter from the Future, with the most amazing song ever. Yours World Is Here. Yor is the man. Great soundtrack. This is cheese beyond cheese. I absolutely loved it. It's about Yor, this guy who who has a past where like he lives on this planet that and I can't tell if it's Earth or not, but he was part of a group of people that were like scientifically well advanced, and his father was a rebel because they're trying to rebel, and they escaped, and he ended up living by himself, and he grew up, and the people around there, they thought everything around this group of people was basically destroyed by war, so they thought that nobody could live there, but people prospered again, and they're kind of like in the, I don't know, caveman times, I guess, what you want to call it, but he finds Kala, who he ends up loving. Yes, Kala. And it's just about Yor and his adventures of trying to figure out who he is and where he comes from. And it's just got a really cheesy soundtrack, but this is a movie that I remember watching, I don't know how many times back in the day, so I'm totally stoked on this. I watched this. Really good transfer, too. Not bad. I also watched Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. Another great movie, really fun, cheesy 80s. Molly Ringwald, I want to say this is one of her first movies. Beyond cheese, Mark Ironside plays a character in this movie, and it's like this ship exploded, but these three women escaped. They end up on this planet. They put a bounty out for them to save them. Meanwhile, these bad guys on the planet capture them, want to do stupid things to them, and so this guy comes down and tries to save them. And you need to watch it. It's a lot of fun. It's another cheesy 80s flick. And then I get really cheesy. The last two I watched are like wow cheese. So the first one is Yellowbeard. Man, I love this movie. The cast is out of control, from Madeline Kahn up to Cheech and Chong in this movie, but this is just basically about this pirate who got this treasure and buried this treasure, and nobody can find this treasure, and people for 20 years have been trying to get him in while he's in jail. The spill where it is, he escapes out of jail, finds out he has a son. The son's got the darn map tattooed on his head. Then they go on an adventure to try to find the treasure, and it's just, there is some just wacko stuff in this movie. This movie is so much fun. I really loved it, and it's been years since I watched it, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out, Yellowbeard. And then the last one I watched was another crazy movie, and it literally, and I'd forgotten about this, there's really no actual English dialogue in the movie. There's a lot of made-up words they make in the movie. However, there are two words they do say in it, and one's my niece and nephew watch this, so I'm not going to say it, but one's the S word, and then they say something else in there too, but it's caveman. And this movie is amazingly awesome and cheesy as all get out. It's basically just caveman, and they discover the wheel, and they discover fire, and they discover all this stuff, but it's got Ringo Starr, Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, just a great movie. Ringo Starr plays Atuk. Oh my gosh, I'm even thinking about it now. It's just crazy as all get out. Just a fun movie about like just the adventures of these poor people living in the Stone Age and trying to get their way through life and being attacked by dinosaurs every time they turn around. And one of my favorite parts of the movie is they find this giant pterodactyl egg and they drop it off this stupid cliff, and it just so happens to land perfectly in this I don't know, crater that's got warm water in it, so it automatically cooks the egg up, so they're all eating the egg, and you're just like, really? Dennis Quaid is absolutely hilarious. The movie is really funny. I think it's one of his first movies as well. But if you ever get a chance, there's no real special features on this. It's basically just the movie. And actually, the transfer wasn't bad. The last time I saw this movie was on VHS, so it actually was a big improvement from the original VHS. But I mean, what was it? Not Dennis Quaid. John Matuzak's in this movie. Oh, he is hilarious in this movie. He is really funny. He plays the main I guess you want to call bad guy, but some of the stuff that happens to him is just absolutely ridiculous. But, they enter the Ice Age at one point in this movie, and some weird creatures in the Ice Age with them, and it's just a lot of fun. You gotta watch it. Caveman. So that's kind of what I did this weekend, and that's kind of what I picked up this week. A little bit different video than I normally do. I usually don't do too many movie reviews, but I thought, well, what the heck? I got really nostalgic after watching Ready Player One, so I wanted to watch it and check it out. So that's it. That's it for today. Thank you guys all for watching. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the reason why I keep doing this, so keep on watching. I'll keep on putting these videos out. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button below. And if you want to see more videos, go ahead and ring that bell. Click on that bell there, and you'll get more videos from me. Please list any movies you may have watched this weekend, or did you see Ready Player One? Let me know. Tell me what movies from the 80s you enjoy. That is it. Again, thank you all for watching. Everybody take care. Remember, always keep hunting, because you don't know what you're going to find. Live long and prosper.